Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, I've felt crossword as always, and I also pulled a 4 agreements, an oracle card, and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Venus. And Venus will actually be moving into your sign right around the second week of April. So before then, of course, it'll be in Aquarius. We have Taurus, which for you guys is your third house communication. Toward the end of April, we'll be in Taurus season. There's going to be a new moon eclipse in Taurus at the very end of April too. And of course, Uranus has been there for quite some time. So it could definitely be some focus around communication for you guys this month. And we have 4. So 4th house energy for you guys is actually Gemini. And 4th house represents your home, your family, your roots. So it could be a focus around that as well. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main situation. You guys have the Lovers. So this is actually the major arcana card for Gemini. So already we're seeing the Gemini energy we saw with the dice as well. So yeah, could just be saying that you guys might have a focus on your home and family this month, possibly restoring balance within your family connections as well, if there might have been some disconnects there. But yeah, could even just be saying within your home environment, you might find a lot of peace and tranquility within your home environment this month. Alright, in the Challenger obstacle position, we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is actually a Taurus energy here. And it could just be saying that for this to come up as a challenge, maybe the key is for you guys to get out of a cycle of maybe comparing, right, what you have versus what others have, or possibly feeling like it's taking you a lot more work to get to your goal than you might have anticipated, things along those lines there. I feel like the reasons why that might be coming up for you guys could just be in general a low energy cycle that you might be in. And if that's the case, keep in mind that a little bit past the middle of April, Mars is actually going to move into your sign. So when Mars is in your 12th house, it could be a low energy cycle, but having to come into your sign a little bit past the midpoint of April should help with that too. All right. In the foundation position, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, again, seeing this in the foundation gives me a similar feel to what I was saying with that 7 of Pentacles, which is to say, looks like you guys just might not be feeling too motivated right now. You could just be slacking off a little bit on your work. And again, like I said, I think the key there is to not necessarily be hard on yourself. If that's the case, we already mentioned the astrological transit that could be pointing to at least some of why that's the case. And that should clear up for you guys a little bit later in the month. But yeah, that's what I see with that. Looks like you guys just aren't putting much energy into your work and possibly even romantic connections, since for you guys, Virgo energy is your opposite sign. All right, in the past position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this page in particular always stands out to me because it looks like that Pentacle is just out of his reach. So it could just be saying that maybe that's where it is, right? Where you guys have had this goal that you set for yourselves, and maybe you felt like no matter what, it was always just out of your reach. So for example, a super generic example, right? Maybe you got to a certain financial goal that you were hoping for, but now, as we know around the world with all the things going on, the price of everything is going up, right? So you might have had this firm goal set in mind of, okay, once I get to this amount of money, things will be a lot better, but now the price of everything is skyrocketing, right? So you're like, okay, no matter what, it feels like I can't get to that goal that I've set for myself. So that's what you guys could be feeling there. And that could be where you're feeling that bit of loss in motivation. All right, in the present position, we have the 10 of Swords. So this is actually Gemini energy here as well. So again, we see that 4th house energy for you guys. Yeah, it could just be saying that you might be feeling a bit defeated right now. For example, since we're seeing 4th house energy come up for you guys, maybe it was even around possibly getting the money to purchase a home, for example, right? Or maybe renovating where you were living or moving to a nicer place. The multiple ways it could be playing out. And you might have felt like just when you got close to that, all of a sudden that opportunity might have gotten swept away from you guys. And that could be what you're struggling with at this time. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. Now, on a more positive end of the spectrum, too, it could just be saying that the positive there is that you guys could actually start coming to an end of that cycle of overthinking it, right? And possibly seeing things from a more optimistic point of view. All right. In the near future position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So, yeah, again, this could just be where you feel like you're having a bit of a struggle with your finances this month, or even just a couple of options to choose from, right? Like I said, it looks like you might be low on motivation in one area, so you might even be leaving an opportunity behind to pursue another, but you could still be unsure quite of what you want that other opportunity to be, right? So it just looks like your energy might just be feeling like you need a change right now, right? Losing motivation where you're currently at, and there could be that desire for change, but not quite sure where to go just yet. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have quite a few cards. We have the Strength card, which is the major arcana card for Leo. High Priestess, which I usually view as Pisces energy. The Devil, which is Capricorn energy. And the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, looking at these cards come up, what I feel like this is saying primarily is for some of you might actually have a new work opportunity that came through for you, or will be this month. And it looks like you could just be saying in that regard, you might be being a bit tight-lipped about it, right? Weighing your options. So that could be why we're seeing that Two Pentacles, actually. So it could just be saying you have where you're currently at, which if that's the case, it looks like you're not too fulfilled there anyway, right? It might feel like no matter what, you never get to the goal you hope for. And then there could be a new opportunity, right? But maybe with that, you might start to think to yourself, well, it might be a lot of work, right? So you could just be asking yourself, are you trading one scenario like that for another, right? But with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this is saying that for the most part, you do feel like it's going to be a good opportunity. And actually, another way I could see this Devil energy playing out could also be saying that this is the place where you're currently at, where you're thinking to yourself, okay, you might want to leave it behind, right, for something more fulfilling, a new opportunity. But for whatever reason, you might feel some sense of obligation to where you're currently at, right? So maybe just because you've built work relationships over the years and you might feel a little bit guilty about it in some way. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that. It looks like you are at the very least thinking of a new opportunity at this time. All right. In the environment position, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and for you guys, that is your house of career and social status. And usually this is energy of feeling a bit guarded, right? A bit worn down as well, kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop around the situation. What stands out to me here is if we look at him in the spread too, he's looking right at that Two of Pentacles, right? So that could be what it is for you guys, where you feel like, okay, you're putting in all kinds of work around a situation, but at the end of the day, you don't feel like you're reaping the financial benefits from it, right? So you could just be feeling a bit overworked right now and really wondering, like, okay, what's the point of even continuing with this path right now, right? So, interestingly, this probably sounds pretty heavy as I'm saying it, at least for some of you, right? Because, it doesn't, like we talked about, a loss of motivation, not necessarily seeing where things would improve. But at the same time, it feels like it's really moving toward a lighter energy for you guys. So, yeah, something tells me you might not feel it now, but I feel like you will. And it could also be partially because we're going to have eclipse season starting at the very end of April into May. And those are going to be supportive energies for you guys. So that might be the key there. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Fool. So definitely, given what we were talking about, I'm going to assume that for 95% of you, this is probably a hope, right? Which is a hope for that fresh start, right? Just to feel reinvigorated, to feel excited about what you're doing day-to-day basis. But yeah, that's what I see with that. And in the outcome position, we have the Chariot. So this is actually the major arcana card for Cancer. And it could just be saying that the key for you guys is going to be to tap into your creativity. And that could be the key that unlocks all this, right? So maybe you might think of a way to find something that's more emotionally fulfilling to you guys, right? Possibly even something that you could do on the side, right? If you really feel like you truly can't leave this job behind, maybe you might find something that you could do on the side that you're passionate about to help balance those energies out, right? To where you have the financial security with the one job, but also do something that you find fulfilling in addition to that. So that's what I see for some of you. Now, for others of you, this could just be saying that this could be a process that might get put in place because we see the Taurus energy there, then the Gemini energy, and then this is Cancer energy. So it could just be saying that as we move through Taurus season, which of course starts toward the end of April, you might get to that boiling point where you're ready for change. And by the time we get to Cancer season, you'll really be rolling in a positive sense. All right. Well, bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. So yeah, this is to me an energy of renewal as well. And I was talking about how I was feeling that for some of you guys, where like I said, it looks like presently you just might be at a real low energy point. And this could just be as simple as what I was saying, that for some of you, when Mars moves into your sign, that could be what helps give you guys that boost. And again, this could be another indicator to reconnect with your creativity, your playful side, right? And that could actually brighten things up for you guys. And then with the Magician energy beneath that too, that points to an energy of just knowing that you have the tools to take on whatever you need to. So pretty positive messages there. Like I said, it looks like for the majority of you, I feel like you're still feeling a bit low energy, like you're not reaching a goal that you hope for, but it looks like that will start to gradually shift for you guys. And like I did mention that it might be till Cancer season till you really feel like you're rolling, but I feel at the very least you're going to see signs of the change as we do move through April. So there's that. All right. Moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have always do your best. It says take your life and enjoy it. Okay, it says you are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. So, yeah, pretty positive message there. Like I said, for some of you, it just seems like you're just a bit burned out and in a low energy cycle right now. So for some of you, this could even just be pointing to you guys possibly just getting out in nature for a bit too, right? And that might help things especially depending on where you are in the world. For example, if you're in the northern hemisphere, as we move through April, the weather should start to improve. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right. Moving on to your Wisdom and Oracle card, we have TikTok. There's the artwork, and the number is 30. So we'll see what this says. Okay, it says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. The Oracle's message. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if this isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So, reading that message, that made me think of what we were talking about with that Seven of Pentacles energy, which could sometimes point to an energy of comparison, things along those lines. So, hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. So, pretty positive message there as well. Like I said, I didn't get much of a love relationship energy from this spread, but worst case, the love readings will be out next week if you're looking for more guidance there. All right, and the prosperity message says your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in the divine measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. So yeah, pretty positive message there. I know I was talking primarily about Mars coming into your sign, which will help boost your energy as we get a little bit later into April. But in addition to that, well, I did mention that when we had the dice too. You're also going to have Venus in your sign, so that's going to help the situation as well. So yeah, it looks like you could just be in a bit of a low energy cycle right now, and you should be feeling a bit better as we get into April. All right, moving on to your Mudra card. Lastly, we have this Mudra here. It's the Mushti Mudra, and the keyword for it is centering. All right, let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. So if you want to pause it to take a screenshot to read what it has to say, you can. But under benefits, it says reduces anxiety and nervousness, strengthens digestion and assimilation, eliminates nightmares, calms the mind, imparts a sense of centeredness within the body, reduces fatigue, and increases overall vitality. So yeah, for those of you in the low energy cycle, that could definitely help with that. So if that sounds like a movie you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name of it in the description video. As always, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.